Hello, friends. This is Dmitry, and you are watching my new author's story. Anna Petrova was lying on the couch in the office of Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich, feeling the cool gel on the skin of her stomach. The experienced doctor, whom her friend had so persistently recommended, calmly moved the ultrasound sensor, commenting on the size of the fetus. Suddenly his hand froze, his face turned pale, and he moved the sensor over one area several times, peering at the monitor screen. The doctor abruptly put the equipment down and looked Anna straight in the eyes. "You don't need to give birth, and it's better to get a divorce." Anna raised herself up on her elbows, stunned by these words. "Sorry," that was all she could squeeze out, feeling her heart begin to pound somewhere in her throat. "It shouldn't be there on the monitor." "Your husband." "Just leave," the doctor answered. And there was genuine anxiety in his voice. Anna tried to collect her thoughts. She expected to hear anything about the baby's gender, possible complications, even some developmental abnormalities. But not this. Not this sentence, pronounced in a tone that left no doubt as to its seriousness. "Doctor, I don't understand what you saw. Why are you talking about my husband?" Anna sat up on the couch, mechanically wiping her stomach with a napkin. Sergei Mikhailovich turned to the window, as if trying to hide his emotions. When he spoke again, his voice sounded muffled. "I can't explain in more detail. Believe me, if I could, I would. But now it's important that you leave as far away and as quickly as possible." Anna felt panic rising in her throat. She stood up, awkwardly tugging at her dresses. "Well, what about it? And the baby? You said not to give birth. Why?" The doctor turned to her, and Anna saw a mixture of compassion and determination in his eyes. "Listen to me carefully. I can't give you a medical opinion, but as one person to another I say, leave today. And don't go back to your husband. It's a matter of your life and health." Anna felt the ground slipping out from under her feet. She grabbed the edge of the table to keep from falling. "You're scaring me, doctor. What's going on?" "Igor, he would never." Sergei Mikhailovich shook his head. "I can't say more, but believe me, I wouldn't say that without good reason. Please listen to my words." Anna mechanically gathered her things. Her head was spinning with conflicting thoughts. Leaving the office, she leaned against the wall in the corridor, trying to cope with the trembling in her knees. People were hurrying past, doctors, nurses, patients. An ordinary day at the clinic, but for Anna the world had just turned upside down. She went outside, squinting in the bright sun. The warm summer day now seemed alien and hostile. Anna took out her phone, intending to call Igor, but her hand froze over the screen. What if the doctor was right? What if there was something she didn't know about her husband? Anna put the phone away and hailed a taxi. "To the station, please," she said, surprised by the calm of her own voice. The driver nodded and merged into the flow of cars. On the way, Anna feverishly thought about the situation. What could have frightened the experienced doctor so much? Why did he connect this with Igor? And most importantly, what to do next? Part of her wanted to immediately return home, demand an explanation from her husband, but another part, instinctive, primal, screamed about the danger and the need to run. The taxi stopped at the station. Anna unloaded and got out, feeling like the heroine of some surreal film. She slowly wandered toward the station building, not knowing where exactly she was going. Suddenly, a memory popped into her head. Her friend Lena, who lived in a neighboring city. It was she who advised her to contact Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich. Maybe she knew something else. Anna took out her phone and dialed Lena's number. After a few beeps, a familiar voice was heard in the receiver. "Hello, Anya, is that you? How did it go?" "Ultrasound." Anna swallowed the lump in her throat. "Lena, could you see me for a couple of days? I need to leave urgently." There was concern in her friend's voice. Of course, come. What happened? Anya, you're scaring me. I don't understand what's going on myself, Anna answered honestly. I'll tell you when we meet. I'll buy a ticket now and come. Having finished the conversation, Anna headed to the ticket office. A few minutes later, she already had a ticket for the next train. There was a little over an hour left before departure. Anna sat down on a bench in the waiting room, clutching her purse. The only thing she had taken with her. Her thoughts were confused. What would Igor say when he discovered that she had disappeared? How to explain this sudden departure to him? And most importantly, is it worth explaining anything at all if the doctor's words are true? The phone in her pocket vibrated. Anna took it out. Igor's name appeared on the screen. Her finger hovered over the answer button. Her heart was pounding like crazy. After a few seconds of hesitation, Anna turned off the sound and put the phone back in her pocket. They announced boarding for her train. Anna stood up, feeling a strange lightness in her whole body, as if she was leaving here not only things, but also a part of herself, the old, naive, happy in her ignorance. Already in the carriage, looking at her hometown floating past the window, Anna felt tears welling up in her throat. What awaited her ahead? Would she ever be able to return? And, most importantly, was she doing the right thing, trusting the words of an unfamiliar doctor? The train picked up speed, carrying Anna away from her usual life into the unknown. She closed her eyes, trying to calm down. In the end, she had time to figure everything out. The main thing now was to stay away from home until the situation became clearer. The phone vibrated again. A message from Igor had arrived. Where are you? Why aren't you answering? I'm worried. Anna looked at the screen, feeling her heart squeeze with pain and doubt. Then she decisively turned off the phone and put it in her bag. Familiar landscapes flashed past the window, gradually giving way to unfamiliar ones. Anna looked at the world rushing past, trying to realize that her life would never be the same again. Whatever awaited her ahead, there was no turning back. The train arrived at the station of a small provincial town. Late in the evening, Anna stepped out onto the platform, feeling completely devastated. Lena was waiting for her at the entrance to the station building, and when she saw her friend, Anna barely held back her tears. God, Anya, what happened? Lena hugged her, anxiously peering into her pale face. Anna shook her head. Let's not here. Let's go to your place. Anna was silent the whole way to Lenin's apartment, looking out the taxi window at the unfamiliar street. Lena didn't insist on talking, she just held her friend's hand tightly. In the cozy kitchen of Lenin's apartment, Anna felt like she could talk. She told him about the doctor's strange behavior, his frightening words, and how she fled the city in a panic. I don't understand, Len, what could have frightened an experienced doctor so much and why he connected it with Igor. She wrapped her hands around a cup of hot tea, as if trying to warm herself up. Lena shook her head thoughtfully. You know, I heard that Sergei Mikhailovich Urchi is a very principled man. If he said something, it means he had good reasons. But what reasons? What could Igor do? He's an ordinary engineer at a plant. Anna felt tears welling up in her throat again. At that moment, her phone rang again. Igor. Anna looked at the screen hesitantly. Maybe I should answer? What if he's worried? Lena suggested hesitantly. Anna shook her head. No, I'm not ready to talk to him until I understand what's going on. She turned off the sound on her phone, but a minute later a message came. Anna, where are you? I called all the friends at the hospital. What happened? Please answer. Anna felt her heart squeeze with pain and doubt. Part of her wanted to call her husband immediately, to hear his voice, to make sure that this was all some kind of ridiculous misunderstanding, but the doctor's words echoed in her head, haunting her. Len, I have to go home, at least for an hour to get my things and documents, Anna suddenly decided. Are you sure? What if Igor is home? Quote. Lena looked at her friend anxiously. I know his schedule. He has a long shift tomorrow. He'll leave early in the morning. I'll slip into the apartment when he's gone. Anna felt a surge of determination. The next morning, Anna stood in front of her own apartment door, feeling like a thief. She carefully turned the key in the lock and walked inside. The apartment was silent. Igor had indeed already left for work. Anna quickly gathered the necessary things and documents. As she passed the bathroom, she noticed Igor's work clothes carelessly thrown on the washing machine. A strange, pungent chemical smell emanated from the clothes. Anna frowned. She had never noticed such a smell from her husband's things before. On a sudden impulse, she began to search the pockets of Igor's jacket. In one of them, she found a pass to the polymer synthesis chemical plant. Anna stared at the plastic card in bewilderment. Igor had never mentioned working in a chemical plant. In another pocket, she found several crumpled photographs. They depicted huge industrial tanks with bright danger signs and toxic waste. Anna felt nausea rising in her throat. Suddenly the front door opened. Anna froze, clutching the photos and the pass in her hands. Footsteps were heard in the hallway, and a moment later Igor appeared in the doorway to the bathroom. "Anna, what are you doing here?" His voice sounded both surprised and wary. Anna slowly turned to her husband, feeling her heart pounding somewhere in her throat. "Igor, what is this? Why did you never tell me you worked at a chemical plant?" Igor's face changed, becoming hard and alien. "Where did you get this? Were you rummaging through my things? What difference does it make? Explain to me what's going on. Why did the doctor say I can't give birth? What are you hiding from me?" Anna felt panic and anger rising inside her like a wave. Igor took a step forward, and Anna instinctively retreated. "What doctor? What are you talking about? Anna, you're acting strange. Let's sit down and talk calmly." "No, I want to know the truth now. What kind of toxic waste? Why do your clothes smell like chemicals?" Anna didn't recognize her own voice, high and breaking. Igor suddenly grabbed her hand, trying to take the photos away. "Give these back. You don't understand what you're getting into." Anna broke free, feeling fear grip her entire body. "Don't touch me. I'm leaving, and you can't stop me." She rushed to the exit, grabbing a bag with her things on the way. Igor tried to block her path, but Anna pushed him away and ran out of the apartment. Her heart was pounding like crazy as she ran down the stairs. Behind her, she heard Igor's heavy footsteps and his shouts. "Anna, stop, let's talk. You've got it all wrong." Jumping out into the street, Anna ran to the bus stop, where a bus was just pulling up. She jumped inside a second before the doors closed. Through the window she saw Igor running out of the entrance and looking around in despair. The bus started moving, taking Anna away from home, from her husband, from her old life. She sat there, clutching her bag to her chest and clutching the ill-fated photographs in her hand. Her thoughts were confused. The doctor's words and Igor's last cries were ringing in her head. What to do now? Where to go? Anna felt completely lost. She took out her phone and dialed Lena's number. "Len, I can't go home. Can I stay with you for a little while longer?" Her friend's voice sounded worried. "Of course, Anya, what happened? Are you okay?" "No, I'm not okay. I found something. Igor caught me when I was looking for things. Len, I'm scared." It seems the doctor was right. Anna could hardly hold back her tears. "Lord, Anya, come quickly. We'll figure it all out, I promise." Lena's voice was determined and supportive. Anna leaned back in her seat, feeling completely empty. Ahead was the unknown, behind her the ruins of what she had thought was a happy marriage, and somewhere in between was a secret she had to uncover to save herself and, perhaps, her unborn child. The bus sped through the city streets, taking Anna further and further from her old life. She looked out the window at the houses and trees rushing past, feeling her determination growing inside her. Whatever Igor was hiding, no matter how terrible the truth was, she had to find out for herself, for the sake of her child, for the sake of everyone who might suffer from what was happening at this mysterious chemical plant. Anna clutched the photographs in her hand, which became the first clue to solving this mystery. She did not know where this investigation would lead her, but she was sure of one thing: there was no turning back. Like this video so YouTube knows you're interested in video stories like this and recommends more quality stories. Anna sat in Lena's kitchen, nervously fiddling with a cup of cold tea. 3 days had passed since she ran away from home, but the situation hadn't become any clearer. Igor continued to call and write, alternating pleas for her return with threats and accusations. Anya, maybe you should talk to him after all. What if this is some kind of misunderstanding? Quote, Lena carefully touched her friend's shoulder. Anna shook her head. No, Len, you didn't see his face when he caught me with these photos. There was something scary there. I've never seen him like this. Quote. At that moment, Anna's phone rang again. Igor's name appeared on the screen. Anna hesitated for a second, then decisively pressed the answer button. Hello. Her voice sounded cold and distant. Anna, finally. Where are you? Why did you run away? Let's meet and discuss everything. Quote. Igor's voice was relieved and impatient. No, Igor, I'm not going anywhere until you explain everything to me here and now. Anna tried to speak firmly, although everything inside was shaking. There was a heavy pause on the other end of the line. Then Igor spoke, and his voice sounded tired and doomed. Okay, Anya, you're right. I really have been working at a chemical plant for 5 years. Why did you hide this from me? Anna felt a lump in her throat. I was afraid that you would worry. It is a dangerous production there, but I have always followed all safety precautions. I swear. Anna squeezed the phone so hard that her knuckles turned white. And the photos? What are these tanks with the words "dangerous" written on them? Igor sighed heavily. It's hard to explain. The plant has problems with waste disposal, but we are working on it. Honestly. Are you working, Igor? It says toxic waste. Are you dumping it in the river? Anna felt anger boiling inside. Anna, listen, Igor began, but she interrupted him. No, it's you. Listen, the doctor told me that I shouldn't give birth, that it had something to do with you. What's going on, Igor? What did you do? The line hung. There was silence, so deep that for a second Anna thought the connection had been cut off. Then Igor spoke, his voice shaking. My God, Anya, I didn't know. I thought everything was fine. We have regular medical checkups. So it's true. The plant is poisoning people. Anna felt nausea rising in her throat. Igor suddenly started shouting. What was I supposed to do? You know how much they pay there. There's nowhere else to work in this city. Yes, the plant is dumping waste into the river. Yes, it's illegal. But we all kept quiet because we need that damn money. Anna froze, shocked by this confession. She looked at Lena, who was watching the conversation with alarm, and felt her whole world crumbling. Igor, how could you? There are people living there, children. Her voice broke into a whisper. Anna, please, let's meet. I'll explain everything. We'll do something. We'll figure it out. Igor's voice was filled with despair. No, Igor, I can't see you now. I need to think. Anna pressed the alarm button, feeling tears streaming down her cheeks. Lena hugged her friend, not knowing what to say. Anna was sobbing into her shoulder, mourning her ruined life and the unborn child who might have already been irreparably harmed. Several days passed. Anna tried to contact Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich, but his phone was silent. In the end, she decided to go to the clinic in person. I'm sorry, but Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich suddenly went on vacation. We don't know when he'll be back, the administrator told her dryly. Anna felt her insides go cold. Could you give me his home address? It's very important. Quote, we do not disclose personal information of employees, the woman snapped. Leaving the clinic, Anna sat down on a bench in the park opposite. She felt completely lost. The only person who could shed light on the situation had disappeared. What to do next? Suddenly, her attention was drawn to a man leaving the clinic. He seemed vaguely familiar. Anna strained her memory and remembered. It was the orderly she had seen in Sergei Mikhailovich's office that fateful day. On impulse, she ran up to him. Excuse me, you work with Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich, right? The man looked at her warily. Yes, and who are you? I'm his patient. I really need to talk to him. You don't know where he is now. The orderly looked around, as if checking if anyone was following them. Then he said quietly, listen, I shouldn't say this, but something happened to the doctor. He came to work all beaten up, packed his things and left. He said that he had been threatened. Quote, Anna felt the ground slipping out from under her feet. Threatened? Who? I don't know, but he looked very scared, said something about a plant and toxic waste. Excuse me, I have to go. The orderly hurried away, leaving Anna in complete confusion. She returned to Lena, feeling that the situation was becoming more and more confusing and dangerous. What if those who threatened the doctor now come for her? Len, I'm scared. I don't know what to do next, Anna admitted to her friend. Lena thought for a minute, then said, you know, I have a friend named Victor. He used to work at the same plant as Igor. Maybe he knows something? Anna seized on this idea like a life preserver. Yes, let's try to contact him. The next day, they met Victor in a small cafe on the outskirts of the city. He was a thin man of about 40 with a tired face and a wary, cautious look. Quote, so, you are Igor's wife? He asked, looking at Anna carefully. Yes, Victor, please tell me what's going on at this plant. Anna leaned forward, looking him in the eye. Victor sighed heavily. Quote, I haven't worked there for 2 years. I quit for health reasons, like many others. For health reasons? Anna asked again, feeling her insides shrink. Yes, I have cancer, and so do a dozen other former colleagues. Too many for a simple coincidence, don't you think? Quote, Victor smiled bitterly. Anna felt nausea rising in her throat. But how? Why? The plant has been illegally dumping toxic waste into the river for years. The management saves on treatment facilities, and we all kept quiet because we were afraid of losing our jobs. Victor spoke quietly, but there was a dull rage in his voice. But this is a crime. Why didn't anyone contact the police, the prosecutor's office? Anna exclaimed. Victor looked at her with a sad smile. Do you think they don't know? The plant is the main taxpayer in the city. They'll close it, and half the population will be left without work. It's in everyone's interests to turn a blind eye to this. Anna felt anger boiling inside. But people are dying, children are getting sick. I know, Victor said quietly. He took several photographs out of his pocket and handed them to Anna. The pictures showed a river near the plant. The banks were strewn with dead fish. In other photographs, Anna saw medical certificates with diagnoses: leukemia, lung cancer, congenital pathologies. Quote, these are children from the villages near the plant, Victor explained, pointing to the certificate. The incidence rate there is several times higher than the regional average. Anna looked at the photographs, feeling tears welling up in her throat. She remembered the doctor's words that she should not give birth, and suddenly everything fell into place. Quote, what can I do? She asked, looking up at Victor. He shook his head. Quote, I don't know. I tried to fight, wrote complaints, contacted the media, but the plant has too much money and connections. They know how to make people keep quiet. Anna remembered the disappearance of Dr. Sergei Mikhailovich and shuddered, but there was nowhere to retreat. She had to do something, for herself, for her unborn child, for all those people who were suffering because of the plant's criminal negligence. Quote, "I won't give up," she said firmly. "There has to be a way to stop this." Quote. Victor looked at her with a mixture of admiration and sympathy. "Be careful. These people will stop at nothing to keep their profits." Anna nodded, feeling determination growing inside her. She didn't know where to start, but she was sure. She would find a way to get to the truth and stop this madness, even if she had to go against her own husband and the entire system. As Anna left the cafe, she felt her phone ring. Igor's name appeared on the screen. She hesitated for a second, then decisively pressed the reject button. There was no turning back. Anna sat in the corridor of the clinic, nervously fiddling with the strap of her purse. A week had passed since her meeting with Victor, and she had finally decided to have a repeat ultrasound. Fear of a possible diagnosis fought with the desire to find out the truth about the child's condition. "Anna Petrova." The nurse's voice brought her out of her stupor. "Come in, the doctor is waiting for you." The new doctor, an elderly woman with kind eyes, carefully studying the ultrasound monitor. Anna lay there, holding her breath, afraid to move. "So, let's take a look." The doctor moved the sensor over Anna's stomach, frowning more and more. "You know, I have some concerns." Anna felt her heart sink into her heels. "What do you see, doctor?" The doctor put the sensor down and looked Anya in the eyes. "There are signs of abnormal fetal development. You have been in contact with any toxic substances." Anna swallowed the lump in her throat. "My husband, he works at a chemical plant." The doctor sighed heavily. "I understand. Look, I can't give you 100% guarantee, but the risks are very high. I would recommend that you seriously consider terminating the pregnancy." These words hit Anna like a slap. She felt tears welling up in her eyes. "But maybe there is a chance. Maybe something can be done." "There is always a chance," the doctor answered softly. "But you must understand the risks. We are talking about serious developmental abnormalities that can greatly complicate the child's life." Anna sat up slowly, mechanically wiping the gel from her stomach. In her head chaos reigned. How could she make such a decision? How to choose between the life of a child and his possible suffering? Leaving the office, Anna leaned against the wall, feeling her legs buckle. Suddenly she heard a familiar voice. "Anna, I finally found you." She looked up and saw Igor walking quickly down the corridor. His face was pale. There were dark circles under his eyes. "What are you doing here?" Anna stepped back, instinctively covering her stomach with her hand. Igor stopped a few steps away from her. "I called you, looked everywhere. Lena said you went to the doctor. Anna, we need to talk." "We have nothing to talk about, Igor." Anna tried to get around him, but he blocked her way. "Listen, I know what I did, but I can fix it. I'll quit the plant, we'll leave here." There was despair in his voice. Anna felt anger boiling inside. "Fix it? Do you think it's possible to fix what you did to our child, to the people who live near the plant?" Igor turned even paler. "What are you talking about? What's wrong with the child?" "Developmental abnormalities, Igor. The doctor says it's better to terminate the pregnancy." Anna couldn't hold back and screamed, attracting the attention of other visitors to the clinic. Igor grabbed her by the shoulders. "No, they're lying. These doctors just want money. Anna, don't listen to them. Let me go." Anna broke free from his grip. "You poisoned me, our child, the whole city. And now you're saying the doctors are lying? Their squabble attracted the attention of a security guard, who quickly headed towards them. What's going on here? Stop making noise. Igor didn't seem to hear him. Anna, please, let's go home. We'll sort this out. No, Anna said firmly, it's all over between us, and you're talking. I can't see the way back. She turned around and quickly walked to the exit, feeling her knees shaking. Behind her she could hear Igor's shouts and the security guard's admonitions, but she did not turn around. Stepping outside, Anna took a deep breath, trying to calm down, wondering what to do next, how to fight the plant that was poisoning the entire city. Suddenly she remembered the leaflet she had seen on the clinic's bulletin board. There was something about an environmental organization. Maybe they could help. Anna took out her phone and found the number listed on the leaflet. After a few beeps, a young female voice answered. Green World Environmental Center. How can I help you? Hello. Anna hesitated for a second. I have information about the polymer synthesis plant. They are dumping toxic waste into the river. There was a pause on the other end of the line. Then the woman spoke quickly and excitedly. You can come to our office. It is very important. An hour later, Anna was already sitting in a small office littered with papers. The young woman who introduced herself Marina, listened attentively to her story. What you are saying is very serious, Marina said when she finished. We have long suspected that something bad was going on at the plant, but we could not find evidence. I have photographs. Quote, Anna took the pictures that Victor had given her out of her bag. I can contact former plant workers who will confirm this. Marina studied the photographs. Her face grew darker and darker. This is terrible. But now we have a chance to stop them. She looked up at Anna. Do you understand that this will not be easy? The plant has a lot of influence in the city. They will resist. Anna nodded. I know, but I can't remain silent. Not after what I found out. Okay. Marina nodded decisively. We will help you. We have lawyers who specialize in environmental cases. We will file a lawsuit. The next few days passed in a blur. Anna gave testimony to lawyers, met with other activists, collected additional evidence. She felt that she was finally doing something right, but fear did not leave her. On the evening of the 5th day, when Anna was returning home after another meeting in the green world, her phone rang. The number was unfamiliar. Quote, Hello, she answered cautiously. Anna, this is Sergei Mikhailovich. The doctor's voice was quiet and tense. We need to meet right now. Anna felt her heart begin to beat faster. Doctor, where have you been? I tried to contact you. I can't talk on the phone. There was anxiety in his voice. Come to Petrovich's cafe in half an hour. And Anna, be careful. The connection was lost. Anna stood, looking at the dim screen of her phone, feeling a chill run down her spine. What could have frightened an experienced doctor so much? Petrovich's cafe turned out to be a small eatery on the outskirts of the city. When Anna entered, it was almost empty inside. Sergei Mikhailovich was sitting at a distant table, nervously looking around. Anna, thank you for coming. He spoke quietly, almost in a whisper. I have to tell you something. He looked haggard and aged. A barely healed bruise was visible on his temple. What happened to you? Anna looked at the doctor with concern. Sergei Mikhailovich smiled bitterly. I was asked not to interfere. Quite convincingly. He paused, then continued. Anna, what I saw on your ultrasound, I saw the same before on my brother's wife. He worked at the same plant. Anna felt a lump in her throat. So what? What happened? My brother died of cancer 2 years ago. The doctor's eyes filled with pain. His wife lost her child. I swore that I would get to the bottom of the truth. He took a flash drive out of his pocket and handed it to Anna. Here are the test results, medical histories, evidence that the plant is poisoning people. I've been collecting this for years. Anna took the flash drive with trembling hands. Why are you giving this to me? Because I can't fight anymore. Sergei Mikhailovich looked exhausted. They got to me, but you have a chance to stop them. Suddenly he grabbed Anna's hand. Be careful. These people will stop at nothing. Take care of yourself. Anna nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility that fell on her shoulders. I will do my best, doctor, I promise. Leaving the cafe, Anna clutched the flash drive tightly in her hand. She knew that there was no turning back. Now the lives of many people depended on her, and she had no right to retreat. If you like this story, subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos. Anna sat at the kitchen table, spreading out documents and photographs in front of her. The flash drive that Sergei Mikhailovich gave her turned out to be a real treasure trove of information. Medical histories, test results, statistics on morbidity in the area, everything pointed to the criminal activity of the Polymer plant. The clock showed well past midnight, but Anna did not feel tired. Adrenaline and a sense of responsibility drove her forward. She had to collect all the evidence to contact the prosecutor's office. Suddenly, the silence of the apartment was broken by the sound of a key turning in the lock. Anna shuddered. She had completely forgotten that Igor also had keys. The door swung open and her husband appeared on the threshold. His unsteady gait and the smell of alcohol left no doubt. Igor was drunk. And there you are. His voice sounded hoarse and aggressive. Decided to go back. Do you think I don't know what you're doing? Anna slowly stood up, feeling her heart begin to pound with fear. Igor, you'd better leave. We'll talk when you sober up. But Igor didn't seem to hear her. He walked into the room, staggering and clinging to the furniture. You've ruined everything. Our family, my work. Why are you sticking your nose in where it's not wanted? His gaze fell on the documents laid out on the table. Igor's eyes widened with rage. What is this? Where did you get these papers? He rushed to the table, sweeping the documents onto the floor. Anna tried to stop him, but Igor pushed her away with such force that she hit her wall. Quote, You don't understand, Igor screamed, continuing to destroy everything around him. If the plant closes, the whole city will be out of work. Have you thought about that? Anna, pressing her hand to her bruised shoulder, looked at her husband with horror and pity. And have you thought about the children who get sick because of this waste, about the people who die of cancer? Igor froze for a second, as if her words had penetrated the haze of alcohol and rage. But then his face distorted with anger again. Don't you dare blame me. I did everything to provide for our family. He grabbed a vase from the table and threw it hard against the wall. The shards flew all over the room. Anna screamed, instinctively covering her stomach with her hands. This gesture seemed to sober Igor. He looked at his hands, then at Anna, and his face distorted with horror. God, what am I doing? He made a chicane, but she recoiled. Don't come near to me. Get out of here, Igor, right now. Igor seemed to want to say something, but instead he turned around and staggered out of the apartment. Anna heard the front door slam, and only then did she allow herself to fall, choking on her sobs. The morning found Anna packing her things. She decided that she could no longer stay in this apartment. Too many painful memories, too dangerous. Suddenly the doorbell rang. Anna cautiously approached the door. Who is there? Anna Petrovna. This is Viktor Semenovich Petrov, director of the Polymer plant. We need to talk, an unfamiliar male voice rang out. Anna felt a chill run down her spine, how he found out where she lived, what he needed. Quote, I don't want to talk to you, she said firmly. Leave, or I'll call the police. Quote. Anna Petrovna, please. The voice behind the door became softer. I come in peace. I have a proposal that can solve all the problems. Curiosity got the better of her, and Anna, keeping her finger on the emergency call button on her phone, opened the door. A respectable man of about 60 in an expensive suit stood on the threshold. May I come in? He smiled, but the smile did not reach his eyes. Anna reluctantly stepped back, letting him into the apartment. Petrov walked into the room, looking around. It's cozy here. It's a shame that I have to leave such a house. What do you want? Anna crossed her arms over her chest, trying not to show her fear. Petrov took an envelope out of the inside pocket of his jacket. I want to offer you a deal, Anna Petrovna. This envelope contains a check for a very large sum. It's yours if you stop your investigation. Anna felt anger boiling inside. You think you can buy my silence after everything that your plant has done to people? I understand your indignation. Petrov raised his hands in a conciliatory gesture. But think about the future, about your child. This money will provide you with a comfortable life. My child may not be born because of your waste. Anna could not restrain herself and raised her voice. And how many more children will suffer if you continue to poison the river? Petrov's face changed, becoming hard and cold. Listen to me carefully, Anna Petrovna. If the plant closes, thousands of people will be left without work. Are you ready to take responsibility for their fates? He paused, looking closely at Anna. And think about your husband. Igor is a good specialist. It would be a shame if he had to look for a new job. It is so difficult these days. Anna felt nausea rising in her throat. Are you threatening me? No, what are you saying? Petrov smiled his insincere smile again. I am simply stating the facts. The choice is yours. He put the envelope on the table and headed for the exit. Think carefully, Anna Petrovna, you have 24 hours to think it over. When the door closed behind Petrov, Anna sank down into a chair. She looked at the envelope, feeling fear, anger and despair fighting inside her. Suddenly the phone rang. Anna flinched, but when she saw Sergei Mikhailovich's name on the screen, she felt relieved. Hello, doctor? Her voice was shaking. Anna, thank God, you're answering. Sergei Mikhailovich spoke quickly and excitedly. Listen, I've found someone who can help us. Journalist Marina Kuznetsova. She specializes in environmental investigations. Anna felt a spark of hope ignite inside her. Do you think she'll be able to give this story a face? I'm sure of it, the doctor said firmly. But we need to act quickly. I've arranged a meeting this evening. You can come. Anna looked at the envelope lying on the table, then at the documents she had collected. The choice was obvious. Yes, of course. Tell me where and when. In the evening, Anna was sitting in a small cafe on the outskirts of the city, nervously fiddling with the handle of her bag. Sergei Mikhailovich was late, and she was starting to worry. Suddenly, the door of the cafe swung open and Igor walked in. His face was pale. His eyes were feverishly shining. Anna, I finally found you. He quickly approached her table. We need to leave. Right now. Anna recoiled. What are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere with you. Igor grabbed her hand. You don't understand. I know everything about your meeting with the journalist, about the documents. They will stop at nothing to make you shut up. Anna tried to pull her hand away. Who are they? Igor, you're scaring me. At that moment, a young woman entered the cafe with a folder in her hands. She looked around and headed towards their table. Anna? I'm Marina Kuznetsova. Sergei Mikhailovich asked me to. She didn't have time to finish. Igor abruptly turned around and, before anyone could react, pushed the journalist with such force that she fell, hitting her head on the next table. Igor, what are you doing? Anna screamed, looking in horror at the motionless Marina. But Igor was already dragging her towards the exit. We have to leave. Now. Anna broke free from his grip and rushed to Marina. She was already coming to, wincing in pain. Quote, "Call an ambulance," Anna shouted to the waiter, who was watching what was happening in shock. Igor froze at the exit, his face distorted with despair. "Anna, please. I was trying to protect you." "Protect you?" Anna looked at her husband, feeling everything inside her go cold. "You just attacked a man. Go away, Igor. I don't know you anymore." Igor opened his mouth as if he wanted to say something, but then turned around and ran out of the cafe. Anna watched him go, feeling the last hope of saving their marriage crumble. A few minutes later, the ambulance arrived. While the medics examined Marina, Anna sat next to her, holding her hand. "I'm sorry, I didn't know it would turn out like this." Marina smiled weakly. "It seems we've hit on something really serious. Now I definitely won't give up on this." Anna felt determination growing inside her. She was no longer afraid. Now she knew she had to go all the way. What if, well, what wouldn't it cost? Anna nervously fidgeted with her blouses, sitting in front of the camera in a small studio of a local TV channel. Marina Kuznetsova, who had already recovered from the incident in the cafe, was setting up the equipment, periodically throwing encouraging glances at Anna. Quote, "Are you ready?" the journalist asked, sitting down opposite. Anna took a deep breath and nodded. She knew that this interview could change everything. The camera turned on, and Marina began. "Today we have Anna Petrova in our studio, the wife of an employee of the Polymer Synthesis plant. Anna, tell us how you learned about the illegal activities of the enterprise." Anna hesitated for a second, but then the words flowed. "She told us about the strange behavior of Dr. Nauzi, about the documents found, about Igor's confession." Her voice trembled when she spoke about the possible consequences for her unborn child. Quote, "This is not just an environmental disaster," Anna said, looking straight into the camera. "This is a crime against people, against future generations. And to remain silent about it means to be an accomplice." The interview lasted more than an hour. Anna provided all the documents, photographs, and medical reports she had. Marina skillfully steered the conversation, asking pointed questions and emphasizing the most shocking facts. When the camera turned off, Anna felt a strange emptiness. Marina shook her hand firmly. "You are a very brave person, Anna. Now it's up to us. We will do everything to make sure this story gets a look." Leaving the studio, Anna discovered several missed calls from Igor. She hesitated, but decided to call back. "Anna, where are you? What have you done?" Her husband's voice sounded panicked. "There is a commotion at the plant. Everyone is being interrogated. I am being called to the prosecutor's office." Anna felt a pang of guilt, but immediately pulled herself together. "Igor, you knew what you were getting into when you kept silent all these years. Now it's time to answer for your actions." "You don't understand." There was a hint of panic in Igor's voice. "Despair. They will find a way to hush it all up, and we will be the ones left with the blame." "No, Igor," Anna said firmly. "This time they will not be able to escape responsibility. Tell the truth during interrogation. It is the only way to fix everything." She hung up the phone, feeling a strange relief. For the first time in a long time, she felt that she was doing the right thing. The next days flew by like a fog. Marina's report caused a real storm in the media. Local residents, having learned the truth, went out to protest. Environmental organizations demanded the immediate closure of the plant. The prosecutor's office opened a criminal case. Anna was called to give evidence. She spent several hours, telling the investigator in detail everything she knew. Leaving the prosecutor's office, Anna saw Igor. He looked exhausted and aged. Quote, "I told you everything," he said quietly. "You were right. It was impossible to remain silent any longer." Anna felt a lump in her throat. "I'm glad you found the strength to tell the truth." Igor looked at her with pain. "I know that nothing can be fixed between us, but I want you to know that I sincerely regret everything." Anna nodded, at a loss for words. They stood in silence, realizing that this might be their last conversation as husband and wife. A week later, news came of the arrest of the plant director Petrov and the chief engineer. The plant was temporarily closed. The workers were promised compensation and assistance in finding employment. Anna sat in Sergei Mikhailovich's office, discussing the results of the latest examination. The doctor looked serious. "Anna, I understand how hard it is for you," he said softly. "But given all the risks, I strongly recommend terminating the pregnancy. The chances of having a healthy child are extremely small." Anna closed her eyes, feeling tears streaming down her cheeks. She knew that this moment would come, but the reality turned out to be much more painful. "I will do it," she said quietly, "but promise that you will help me." Sergei Mikhailovich squeezed her hand tightly. "Of course, Anna, I will perform the operation myself and do it all for free. This is the least I can do to thank you for your bravery." The procedure was scheduled for the following week. Anna felt devastated, but at the same time she was confident in the correctness of her decision. The evening before the operation, Marina called. "Anna, you won't believe it. Our report was picked up by federal channels. The story has reached the all-Russian level." Anna smiled weakly. "I'm glad it wasn't in vain." "Not in vain," Marina exclaimed. "Anna, you are a real hero. Thanks to you, inspections of similar enterprises have begun all over the country. You have saved thousands of lives." After hanging up, Anna looked out the window for a long time. She thought about her unborn child, about her broken marriage, about all the sacrifices she had to make. But for the first time in a long time, she felt that she had done the right thing. 6 months had passed. Anna was sitting in the office of an environmental organization, sorting through documents for a new investigation. After everything that had happened, she decided to devote her life to fighting for environmental safety. The divorce from Igor was quiet and without scandals. He admitted his guilt and did not claim anything. Compensation from the plant allowed Anna to start a new life. Suddenly, the secretary looked into the office. "Anna Petrovna, you have a visitor. He says it is important." Anna looked up and saw a young man with a folder in his hands. He nervously shifted from foot to foot. "Hello," he said, entering the office. "My name is Alexei. I work at a chemical plant in the neighboring region. We have the same situation as you. I don't know what to do, but I can't keep quiet any longer." Anna looked at him carefully, feeling the fire of struggle ignite inside her again. Sit down, sit down." "Alexei, tell me everything." She knew there was still a lot of work ahead, but now she had a goal. There was something to live and fight for. Anna opened a new file on her computer and prepared to listen. History was repeating itself, but this time she knew what to do. In the evening, returning home, Anna stopped by the river. The water was clean again, children were playing on the bank. She smiled, feeling that she had finally found her place in life. There was a long way ahead, but she was ready to go to the end.